Alrighty, sir. We're back with Stakes and Takes, recapping Season 2, Week 6. How did you do?
I did well on my pick your own picks. My soccer 3-1.
I feel like you... No, there's been a couple times.
It's been a couple bad ones.
I was going to say, yeah.
I did absolutely atrocious in UFC picks 2 and 4, so that brought me to a record of 5-5 overall.
I will say that is a rare occurrence. We both normally get about 60% of the UFC picks right. I got 4-2, 67% right on the money. But my own picks were complete dog shit, evidently. I got picked Arizona over Clemson. That didn't work out.
Picked North Carolina over Bama. That didn't work out.
I picked Houston over Duke.
That didn't work out.
But then I got a little Tennessee over Creighton.
Tennessee over Creighton.
Good thing I didn't
right.
pick the next game.
Yeah, my soccer, I got Aston Villa over Wolverhampton right. I got Liverpool over Brighton right. I got Atlanta United over Chicago Fire right.
Was it Chelsea who drew?
Chelsea and Burnley drew, so that was the one I got wrong.
Dude, I have to say, looking up all these football logos for all these things, they have some pretty interesting logos out there for all these soccer teams.
Yes, very cool logos. A lot of them have been around for a long time, too.
Sweet. So we didn't have any bets last week because of the solo. Christian was a sickly boy.
Sickly boy.
But anywho, we're off to week 7.
I'm a healthy boy now.
He's a healthy boy. That's good. We're off to week 7. Standings are as follows. 17, 11, and 2 on the stakes. 16 and 14 on the stakes.
Oof.
Yeah, that last week before you got sick was...
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Well, I see why you got sick. I would have been sick too. Jesus. 37, 21, and 2. Or, I'm sorry, 42, 26, and 2 for these takes. And then 43, 25, and 2 for the takes. You're down 9.35 units. I'm down 1.54 units because we both had a horrendous betting week. But
we're going to regroup.
We're good. We got a long season ahead of us. Let's go through our picks that we're going to bring to the table this week.
I think we actually got 2 of the same games because we both picked Final Four games.
Yeah, I picked Purdue, the game Purdue and North Carolina State, and Alabama and Connecticut.
I did as well. I have Purdue over NC State. I think Purdue, one of the best teams all year long.
Well, Purdue's your bracket winner, so I have to assume you're going to pick them.
I think they continue to do it. Big man battle. They have like the giant 7-foot dude at Purdue. Then they have the fat dude at NC State that's really good.
Oh yeah, they
Burns.
Supposed NFL execs have been like, "Oh, we want you as a lineman."
Yeah, and he's super athletic and he's very good. And he's taking on Zach Edey, who's about to win his 2nd Player of the Year in a row.
I think Purdue's going to win.
I think Purdue does too. NC State's a nice story. They're the underdogs, but I think Purdue, they're the better team. I think they get the win. And then UConn, Alabama. I think UConn's been the best team all year long. I think they continue to be. Alabama is a team where they shoot
at this
the ball.
Point, they're tried and true now.
They shoot the ball very well. Where if they get hot, they could compete and beat anybody. But I think UConn's just the better team. I got UConn over Bama.
I disagree. I think Bama's going to beat UConn. I think it's going to be that small upset because, like you're saying, Alabama can shoot. I think they're going to get hot. They've already had a couple upsets. They're 4th-ranked seed, so they've stood the time of tests a few times already.
They've only had one upset.
But yeah, I think they're going to win. This will be number 2.
Yeah. So we disagree on UConn, Bama. I have
agree on
Bama.
Purdue.
Agree on Purdue, NC State. We both have Purdue.
I got baseball for my 2. Since we had opening day, I felt it was only right to go with some spring baseball.
I thought about it. I'm going with 2 soccer instead. Soccer's back full force.
Was it not before? You picked soccer for like 7 weeks.
Yeah, but the clubs went on international break for a couple weeks. Now they're back.
Oh, nice.
I'll go my soccer picks first. Arsenal goes to Brighton. Arsenal is 2nd place right now in the Premier League. Brighton 9th place. They played earlier this season. December, Arsenal won 2-0. I think Arsenal continues. I got Arsenal over Brighton at -160 odds. And then we go to Germany. We have the leaders in Germany, the undefeated Bayer Leverkusen, 23 wins, 4 draws, 0 losses, as I said, in first place. taking on Union Berlin, who comes in 12th place in the Bundesliga. Leverkusen beat them earlier this season 4-0. I think Leverkusen continues. I got Leverkusen at minus 180 odds, beating Union Berlin.
Nice. That's both. Good. I got for
That is both.
Major League Baseball. I forgot that you'd started with the Arsenal. And then I looked down and realized I had already marked it off. Starting off with Major League Baseball for me, I had a slight panic moment just now because I realized that they play the baseball games in series.
Yes,
so if
they
I
do.
just said something without specifying the date,
We need the date.
yeah, that's why I panicked. So anyway, I'm picking, first game I'm picking, Braves over the Diamondbacks, Saturday.
Saturday Braves over Diamondbacks.
Saturday, April 6th. Both games I'm going to do on Saturday to keep it easy. But I'm also going to go with Orioles over the Pirates. At time of recording, the Pirates are undefeated, 5-0.
I think Orioles are like 3-1.
3-1. I think, and look, the Orioles, they always start their seasons, kind of well, to be honest with you. They get
Couple of years.
a bunch of good stuff going, and then they completely screw it up. And I think this is not a game where they're gonna screw up. I think they're gonna beat the Padres.
Yeah, baseball's just such a crapshoot. You never know what's going to happen. But not bad picks.
Yep. What you got for stakes, sir?
So my stakes, I have 2 UFC, 1 NCAA basketball, and 2 soccer.
Nice. I have 3 UFC, 1 basketball, 1 baseball.
I'll give you my UFC first. I have 2 units, Brendan Allen money line minus 210. And then I have 1 unit, Morgan Shashery money line minus 135.
Sweet. I'll follow you on that Brennan Allen minus 2 units on that. I think it's minus 200, 210, something like that. I got Damon Jackson plus 175. I think the Leech is, like we said, I think the Leech is going to turn it around here. I also have Charlie Campbell. I'm putting 2 units on across the board on all of them this week. Charlie Campbell on this one, like I talked about before, I think he's going to be able to snuff out those takedowns. And I think he's going to have what it takes to accomplish those minus 210 odds in his favor. I picked Purdue minus 450.
I also have Purdue minus 450.
2 units on that one.
I put 4 units Purdue minus 450.
I wanted some
minus 425. I'm sorry.
not a safety net, but I wanted something that I was more comfortable with because I can't just take baths like that. I can't go like 1-4.
Yeah, I
every
have
week.
Purdue winning my bracket, so I went heavy on them.
And then I don't have odds for my last one yet, but I got Braves money line for the Saturday game.
Saturday.
Yeah. So as soon as we get odds for that game, they'll be on the graphic posted up. And we'll
My
see
other
what
2
goes.
bets are 1 unit Bayer Leverkusen minus 185, and then I have 2 units Arsenal minus 160.
Let's go.
So I think that wraps up stakes. I think that wraps up takes, and I think that wraps up episode 39 of Split Decision.
Yup.
So check us out next week. Big episode. Not only is it episode 40, nice even number, we're going to look ahead to possibly the biggest UFC card ever, UFC 300. From start to finish, first fight to last fight, it's bangers, it's fighters So along with that, we're going to recap UFC Vegas 90, and we're also going to give a little recap of the Final Four. By this time next week, we will have a national champion.
The winner of our bracket.
The winner of our bracket.
Which I'm out, by the way. I guess I'm out.
So
of the
between us,
bracket.
I've won.
Yeah, you beat me in the bracket, but there's like 2 or 3 other people who could
That have a
technically beat
chance.
you. I think there's 16 people in our bracket that made the entry because we did it a touch last minute. But yeah, it was great. Do it again next year. I think, just keep running it like that. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, so check us out next week for the big week.
Yeah. Thanks. Peace.